Welcome to the Shoe in the Breeze Conversation with the DJ podcast with your host, Eric Lee and Lorenzo Ice-T Thomas.
What's going on, Lo? What's going
on? What's up, E. Lee? In the place to be?
Hey, man, you know, that's where I am. Always in the place to be.
Graduated from Virginia State University.
Yeah.
Better rhyme like DMC, man.
There you go, back in the day.
Yes.
Welcome to Shooting the Breeze. Conversations with the DJ. I'm yours, truly, Eric Lee, and you are
Lorenzo Ice-T Thomas. I be the LIT, the CIT, always on fire. I stay lit.
Oh, yeah. And once again, we're about to get into another good conversation.
You okay over there? You okay?
Another good brother. But you know how we do, man. It's crazy because, like we always talk about, the people that we bring on the show, for the most part, we know everybody. We know all of the guests that we bring on. These are not folks that we're just bringing on as guests. These are personal friends, people we've been in the business with for decades. And one of the things we wanted to do is for all of the folks that are out there that have their favorite artists, you don't understand that there is a team behind those folks.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And what we wanted to do is to give them their flowers while they're here. The folks that made the Beyoncés, that made the Tupacs, the Biggies, the Aaliyahs, the Chris Browns. We want you to know exactly who these folks are, because without them, those people may not have ever existed if they weren't good at what they do in terms of promoting and marketing these folks. So we want to do that. We always have a good guest. We know them personally. This one is not any different from the rest of the good brothers and sisters in the music industry that we have put on the show. I got to give it up to my man, Mr. Akil Taffe. What up, big brother?
What's good, brothers? What's good, fellas?
Man, Akil in the house.
We here, man. We here. Thank y'all.
We still here, baby.
Yes.
We still here.
Yeah,
still here.
Exactly.
We still here.
We are. Thankfully, gratefully, prayerfully.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So, Akil, first and foremost, thank you for coming on the show.
Absolutely.
Bruh, we've been doing this a long time. And like I said in the beginning, we want to make sure we tell the story of the brothers and sisters that are in the background of some of the biggest artists that we know. And it's crazy because, you know, we got a lot of folks that check into the show and they hear the stories and it's like, dude, that was crazy. Mm-hmm. The fact that they did that. So yeah, man, we got some good folks in here, man. So
absolutely.
So let's start, man, from beginning.
Very beginning.
Beginning. So how'd you get into business, bruh?
So originally from Chicago, right? I transferred to Howard University. I heard somebody say VCU, but it's HU, you know, HBCU. I transferred to Howard as a second semester junior, but I had only transferred to Howard because I was originally a physical therapy major.
Right.
Howard was an accredited physical therapy school, which means you can, 4 years, you get your physical therapy degree and you can practice.
Right.
I was sitting at Western Illinois University, right? Mm-hmm. So watching BET, and I think it was the group Shy came on. And I'm like, look, that's when they had the mayor, Chris Thomas. And, of course, I thought I could rap, you know what I'm saying? Akil, right. So when you hear it, don't fear it, get near it, because Akil is short, always kicking ill lyrics. Yeah, that was back in the day. And so, right, I was whack, ain't no thing. It is what it is.
Now I got to give you a
No, but I'm watching BET, and I'm like, yo, even the R&B group is on here. I got the grades. I can absolutely get in. So I applied, and lo and behold, they accepted me. I had to sit out a semester because, again, black school, they let me know I was accepted about, a week before I was supposed to report on campus. And it's like, so I had to sit out a semester. So nonetheless, I landed in D.C. I started working at the Howard University radio station, not HUR, but HBC.
The college station.
Right, exactly. Yeah. It was supposed to just be broadcast to the dorms, but, technical difficulties prevented that from happening. But nonetheless, we got the training. Working the board and that whole bit. So the young lady who was on air before me, she says, BMG Arista is coming to interview interns. It's a paid position and you get to travel. I had never heard of BMG, but I did hear BMG in Columbia, where back in the day you get 10 CDs for a penny or something like that. So I was like, all right, well, okay, it's a paid internship. where you get to travel to? She was like, Philly, maybe Richmond, because again, this is the Mid-Atlantic. I'm in DC.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Didn't sound excited. I'm like, you know what? Whatever. It's a paid internship. Let me shoot my resume over. The woman from New York, puts me on the, on the interview list.
Right.
Dude, I went out to Atlanta, Maryland. Lorenzo, y'all familiar with Atlanta, Maryland?
Yeah,
Back when the branch was.
Right.
Yo, I opened the door and the nipper, the plastic RCA dog, is looking at me dead in the face. I see the plaques on the wall. I'm like, oh, snap. So when they say radio record distribution, this is a record distribution company. Mm-hmm. And the only way I could describe it to my friends, you down there in Miami, 2 Live Crew, the first video, right? Pop That Coochie or whatever. Right. They're sitting around a big boardroom and the video goes off and they're sitting around at the boardroom. They're like, yo, let's watch that again. You know what I'm saying? All the white men around the boardroom. Let's watch the video again. That's what we did in the video. That's what it looked like. Had the big spaceship phone and like I say, plaques all on the wall. So basically, man, I stumbled upon a career. I came to DC to major in physical therapy and stumbled upon a career.
Okay. So you were at the college. Did you work with Chris Washington?
Yep.
Okay. That was our dude.
Yeah. So Chris was in DC. He wasn't in Atlanta. He was in DC.
No, Chris was up in DC. He was
okay.
DJ Chris Washington, right?
Right,
DJ
right.
Chris Washington. Yeah. He was some of the homecoming parties. He was kind of like on the tail end because I got there. I want to say Puffy was going. I don't know if Puffy left maybe 3 semesters after I got there.
Okay.
Before I got there.
Before you got there.
3 semesters before I got there. Because I had clicked up with a good friend of mine who's my friend of this day, Smiles. He actually introduced me to the industry because he used to run with Bad Boy, part of the Bad Boy street team.
Right.
And the first club I went to, Ritz, and we walked to the front of the line, had Biggie Party and Bullshit cassette singles.
Right.
And got in the club. I'm like, oh, what? Like, I'll get used to this. Met DJ Iron. So I was like, skipping lines and he face cards. I'm like, okay.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, for us to be so young in the business, man, you couldn't. I would have done that for free if I could.
That's true.
This was before I actually started interning. But again, absolutely. Like, it's just hanging out. And that's, I'm sure we'll get into that, but that's how the lifestyle bleeds over, man.
Right.
Fortunately and unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? The lifestyle bleeds over.
Yeah. There to all the girls I loved before.
Mm-hmm.
The music industry and the radio industry, boy.
Easy. Yeah.
So, man, look, we want to get right down into it, man. Look here. One of the gentlemen that VA produced that you did a whole lot of work with. Man, he was a kid right there, man. That like a little boy right there.
Somebody been lurking on my page. Somebody been on my page.
On your page, man.
Yo,
he's about 2 years old over there,
bro.
Damn.
Yeah,
Chris
man.
Breezy.
Yeah, man. Like, that's icon status, man.
Right.
Do y'all remember when he first started? You remember Lorenzo?
Oh,
yeah. I remember. I remember. Excuse me, miss.
Man.
When they had the list. Remember? But no, what was the key word on it? Attention. You listen to that song now. Man. Chris Brown could barely get out of tension. I remember it was like, leave it, because remember when Michael Jackson made Look Over Your Shoulders? And they were like, oh, no, you can't say, no, leave it. It became a classic part of that line. Look over your shoulders, honey. Absolutely. Right? It became a very classic part of that song when you only have, you don't have shoulders. Right. So attention became very, very popular. A lot of people were like, really? Probably, yeah, definitely. I remember he's from VA. Come on now.
And again, I just remember because he started on that Russ Bus tour.
Right.
And dude,
man,
he
the Russ
had
Bus tour.
The Russ Bus tour back. That's when we first put him out on the road.
Right.
And
what year was this? What year was that?
Oh man, don't get me to learn. Ooh,
we're not trying to give out years. Is that what it is?
That's a Googleable, but it was day one. It was day one. You know what I'm saying? It was day one.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if I was in Baltimore or DC during that time.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure, but it was it was around them. Well, Alfredus had been part of the Russ Bus.
Okay, so that was DC. Alfredus came after.
He was still down when Chris first started. You know what I'm saying, on the Russ Bus tour.
Okay, so Alfredus was there.
Yeah, Alfredus was there.
Okay, so that was after Olivia Fox.
Exactly.
Right. Okay.
I remember we didn't have the first show, and she was like, "Yo, it's this new artist, Chris Brown," because they gave him like 7 to 9 minutes right after the gospel acts and right before the main acts. You know what I'm saying? So it was like he had like a good 7 minutes, bro. That was 7 minutes of like what in the entire Can we curse? Are we cursing? Are we using expletives or no? It's a family show.
You it's up to you.
For effect, sometimes. You know, oh shit, this is say fucking shit, but you know. we want to have a purpose.
We're 2 minutes in. We're already 2 minutes in. We don't have to worry about it on YouTube. We're good.
We're good. A purpose behind it, you know.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. We are absolutely good.
But yeah, man, it was like he had 7 minutes, and that's what I tell like artists now. Like, dude, just give them your record. Give me your record, some familiar, your record, get off the stage. That's it. Nice, short, and sweet. And he killed that shit. And also, you know, when we roll out records, a lot of times New York, this is the best thing smoking. You know, every artist that we release is the hottest shit.
Yeah.
And everybody had said that about, we got this new 16-year-old, he's Akil Taffe. I'm like, all right, whatever. I hear you. But then I hear Alfreda's after the first or second date, like, it's this little kid, Chris Brown. And dude, when I get there and see it, it's like, whoa. And again, it was still kind of slow. But once he hit 106 in Park, like I say, he removed Bow Wow from Mr. 106 in Park. Once Chris came, scoot over, buddy. We here. Once Run It hit 106 in Park, like this ever since. Since.
One, two step. 1, 2 step.
So wait a minute. If I remember correctly, that had to be about 2004. Because I remember playing. Me and Wiley K. I was just talking about Wiley K. We used to do a day party at Teasers on Ocean Drive, right? And I was DJing, and we were playing Run It, and I was like, "Yo, this is a hot song. Why isn't it taking off? Why is it blowing up?" And then Joel Santana got on it, right?
2005.
2005. Okay, 2005, and then Joel's got on it. And then got in the video, right?
Yep.
And then it blew up. After that, it was over. It was over after that. I remember. Because I was playing the song and I was like, yo, why isn't this song blowing up?
Yeah, dude.
And then after that, Joel's got on it, it's been over. So Chris really owes Joel's a lot.
Him and Lil Wayne early, they were like really like banging out before Lil Wayne really caught it. You know what I'm saying? It became like replaced Hove. Early on, Chris and Lil Wayne and Joel's. Absolutely. They were locked in early.
Yeah.
Also,
I remember that.
You know, homie, like, yo, we the young guys, like we mess with each other. You know what I'm saying? It was a genuine joint.
2005.
That's when I was that summer. That summer was when the single was being worked.
Yeah, we were doing day parties on South Beach before people were really doing day parties. Yeah. It was packed up in there at 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Ocean Drive. Real talk.
I like,
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
So
the perfect location.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. But I remember that, wondering when that song was going to blow up specifically. And so after that, it was a wrap.
So when you see him now in all his Chris Brown glory, and the fact that you've worked every record for Chris?
Every single record, man.
Every single one?
He worked every single
unless he was featured on somebody else's, you know what I'm saying? Other than that, if it was a Jive Records or RC, his personal single from his project, absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah. That's one of my proudest moments, man. That's like, he's because he absolutely contributed to the culture. He carved out his own little niche.
Yeah. So I mean that's crazy.
Yeah,
the fact that you can go back and say, "Hey, I've worked all of Chris Brown's projects," and he's realistically the Michael Jackson of his time.
Absolutely.
In terms of stardom. I mean, because
absolutely
that boy's still bad.
Stardom. You know, he's had a long career.
Right.
Singing, dancing. Dude, I remember back in the day, like when you go to his sound check, other music directors would be like, yo, he don't sing a track. Like they were shocked. They're like, okay, this boy is really singing.
Yeah.
He's really singing. And another thing, Chris, the first 5 to 6 years of his career, he never had a block of like 10 days.
He was always working.
Always. If it was a table reading, he would have to announce like personal day. Right. And I had never seen like a block of 10 of them in a row. You know what I'm saying? It was like, It was.
Then they put that Scream tour together.
Yeah.
Man, that was bananas.
Absolutely. And he helped every teenager. That was theirs, but he gave it a lot of gas. You know, they absolutely in their own right. They had their own fan base, but he had okay, we throwing some gas on this joint. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. You're tuned in to Shooting the Breeze Conversations with the DJ. We do this each and every week. If you are on Facebook, make sure you hit the like button. If you are on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscription button as well as the notification button. That'll let you know exactly when we will drop these jewels each and every week. Shout out to my man, Michael Fox. All right, I see you, brother. What's going on? Thanks for checking in. My man, John Cox, checking in.
Mike Fox.
Yeah, my boy John Cox checking in. He's like,
what up, Mike Fox? Long time.
And we got some Dolphin fans on here.
What up? What up?
And the Fins fans. So we got a shout out, of course, to Miami Sports Network for allowing us to double up on their platform. That's always a good look.
Yeah. We're not. I was about to say something. We're not going to talk sports on here. I was about to get into it. We're a little upset. We done missed out on Jonathan Taylor, but I think he's going. I think the trade will take place after the 4 weeks, and the trade would include Jeff Wilson. That's why both of them are on IR and PUP at the same time.
Right.
That's just just a little gut.
Yeah, he
reaction to that trade.
Yeah. So what the sages say? No.
Yeah, that's what I think. But that's not what this is about. This is about the music industry. Big shout out going out to Solo D.
Yeah, actually, absolutely, man. Speaking of the music industry, let's talk family.
Nice.
Cootie been on the show. Nice. Craig been on the show. You on the show.
Y'all went there. Yeah, you know what? Beautiful photo, man. But that was at the passing of one of our dear friends, man. Actually, one of my old roommates, Juliet, who's right next to me. She's now the COO of Alamo. She big bossing at Alamo.
Hey, man, we trying to get on the show, man.
We trying to get on the show at Alamo. Not the VP, no, the COO. I'm like, oh wow. C stands for chief. No.
Yeah.
But that was a friend of ours. That was at her homegoing services in Dallas.
Okay. Man,
actually,
I saw the picture.
Craig has the obituary in his hand.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I saw because Craig been on the show. Of course, Cootie Mac.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cootie was last week.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a bone to pick with you and Cootie.
That's my good wellness brother. That's my good wellness brother.
I mean, Cootie. Cootie. Now he lifting weights and training, and pretty boy.
Cootie always been fit, man. Cootie always been fit.
Look, I mean, I got a bone to pick with you too. We're gonna talk about that later. We're gonna talk about your little fitness and all that.
I gotta be little fitness. That's hate. You and Cootie got that your little job. I see your little car.
You and Cootie got
your little job. Yeah.
I was like, how y'all just gonna make us look bad like that, man? Y'all say y'all gonna be sexy at 100.
Hey, man.
Hey, that means we need to step our game up.
We gotta step our game up.
Step our game up.
Our music friends are fitness experts at this point.
Man, listen, man. I like to tell people, look, I ain't young. I just look it. I have to tell these young dudes that.
Yeah.
And I guess we'll get into it, but real quick, like I teach yoga at the youth jail. He's like, you owe. I'm like, that's the idea. That's the goal. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Yeah. Because I get out and we knock out whatever. Yep, absolutely. You want to race, you want to do whatever. Because they knuckleheads, man. They're my little nephews, though. They my
right.
Just don't race against any athletes or former athletes like Kevin Hart.
Exactly.
Just don't do that.
Exactly. And you know what? Cootie is the one who put a bug in my ear about 3 years ago. He's like, dude, that Achilles, like, you can just rupture that by walking. And I'm like, damn. And this is back when I first was, hadn't been teaching as long as I have. I was like, I don't. Well, I could probably now just teach a class from sitting and not have to demo certain poses. But I could probably now. But yeah, I was like, yo, you right, bro. Got to be careful with that, man.
Yeah.
Know your limits at our age. Know your limits.
True that. Now, you rock with the American Idol.
Oh,
Tasia.
Hey, you know what? This was cool too, because like this is when Jive and Jay had merged.
Okay.
Because I didn't start with her in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Okay. She was J Records artist, and I was Jive. Once we merged, I got the opportunity to work with Fantasia. And dude, Fantasia's fine as she's a beautiful woman and a statuesque woman. I was like, damn. Like, yeah. And she got woman and feminine energy that like bowls you over. Like, it's like, whoa. And she's personable. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, she's all that. She's all that. She's sister, homie, friend, beautiful, like, yeah.
Yeah, she was. I saw her. I was at Nene Leakes' wedding.
Okay.
Her re-wedding to her first husband that was in the show that passed away, right. and Fantasia performed, and it was funny because Fantasia gets it in, but she goes to a set that if you ain't from DC, you may not understand.
When she get her go-go bag,
do that go-go set.
She get that go-go bag, yeah, man.
When she get the go-go going, and she doing 3 in the cock in the bag. Scenario.
Like, man, nice scenario.
And, cats from near the DMV, they were all up on the floor, and she was killing them. She's from Carolina, right?
Yeah, she's North Carolina. Yeah,
she's North Carolina.
So she knows about go-go, right?
She knows about go-go.
Right. They export that through the colleges, man. The colleges, you know what I'm saying? The Mid-Atlantic they do their go-go, man. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I saw that. I said, okay. I said, kill rocking with Miss Thang.
Yeah.
You talk about that energy.
Yeah, I'd be remiss if I didn't intervene here and say that this weekend the Miami Takeover is basically a DC takeover, and Backyard is going to be down here.
I think I did.
Playing go-go music on South Beach. That's this weekend while the K's doing it. Yes.
Oh, y'all gonna y'all gonna
Big
be
G and everybody. Yeah,
y'all
gonna
be
crazy.
Crunk down there, so behind. Okay.
Friday, Saturday, and a little bit of Sunday as well. Yeah.
That shit gonna be cranking, Joe.
Yeah. Miami Takeover. Wale K been doing it for 15 years. 15 years.
Familiar, man. Nice little brand.
Yeah. So go-go will be on the beach.
Go on the beach. One of my favorite.
Out, Lorenzo, you gonna be outside.
Yes.
Be outside.
Okay.
Yeah. You outside.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what they say.
Oh man. One of my favorite artists, man. This brother right here.
Oh wow. And you got your name. Wow. Look at okay. I still got the same amount of hair. There it is.
Yeah. You kept your hair too. That's why. That's why I'm gonna keep hating.
And Craig last year, he's like, yo, Money, I had a beef to pick with you, man. Yo, Money, you ain't got no gray hair, Money. You know how Craig. I didn't get no gray hair, Money.
Yeah.
Like, yo, bro. I do. I got a little bit up in there, not too much, but yeah, And I'm not gonna do the Beijing or the color of mine at all.
But you're not gonna go LeBron?
Not at all.
The Beijing black,
man. I think we need to embrace it, man. Like we still around. That's the goal. We need to let them know, like, look, fam, like, you ain't gonna be young forever. You ain't gonna be a bucking 20-year-old forever.
Right.
I mean. I can't help if it's not coming in here yet. I can't help it. It's not coming in yet. I'm sorry.
Man. I'm trying to get mine. It's connecting fully now. Now I just got to get it out just a little bit. I want to James Harden.
Hey, man, some people's hair turn gray. Mine turned loose. It is what it is.
And I'm proud of Anthony, man. He expanding this joint. I think he's selling what? Like biscuits, and he's selling.
He doing that now?
Is he doing the grits? He's selling grits.
Yeah, I think grits,
the grits,
pancake mix, and I want to say they might be distributed through what's the breakfast spot that I'm thinking about, the brown one?
Not sure.
You're not talking about
not Golden Corral. I forget, it'll come to me, but the breakfast spot, not IHOP. It's the brown one.
Yeah, I know you're talking about the one that's on the interstate. As soon as you get off, it's always on the interstate.
Not the Waffle House, neither.
I know what you're talking about.
It'll come.
Yeah, it'll come in a second. Yeah. Look, man, we always talked about, it's always funny because as we talk to when people are checking us out, they don't know the stories of the industry and how most of the time when Black artists are on the record label, they start off on the urban side, and if they cross over, they become pop, and we lose them like that Dave Chappelle episode, right? Drafting the races. So I got to ask this question. What did y'all already take her? Y'all take away from her? Did you take Deborah away from us?
Actually, hey, yo, whatever. That's where I started the intern. That's my BMG family. So whatever. BMG Mid-Atlantic to the world blow.
Okay. But I see my girl Kimmy in there.
Kimmy D? Oh, you know Kimmy D?
Yeah, I know Kimmy.
Oh, yeah, she was down in Richmond, right?
She's in Richmond.
Okay, exactly. And if you see the other Black person, Sean, that's whose funeral we was at.
Oh, that was Sean's funeral?
Was her funeral.
Oh, man, I didn't know that. I remember she passed away.
Exactly.
All the craziness. Okay, that was Sean.
Yeah, exactly.
I should have known that when you said Texas. It should have hit me right then and there.
Yeah, good people, man. But yeah, and that's where I started, man. They embraced me, but actually, because that was distribution, whoever was with an Arista, it was probably Steve Washington, because I see Johnny Powell. It's probably Steve Washington had brought him to the branch, or that was a performance where we came out and she took a picture with BMG. So that's all that was. That's all that was.
That's all it was.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Look at me.
She did the video show. She did the show when I was.
Look how much hair you got.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, she did the video show that night.
That was before the haircut. I got
that was before the haircut. That was before the haircut. You know what's crazy was because we did that when we had a video show running for about 3 years, and we would always take them to our studio. Was one of my buddies, his garage. And we took Dr. Dre there, 12, Jay-Z a couple of times. And it was the craziest thing in the world. Because people were like, is that where we go? Yeah, that's where we go. They would do the show. And they would all have a good time. But her husband this was actually at a concert, but she did the show a couple of times. Okay. She did the show at the concert. It was Power Jam, I think we were doing. And she did the show when we were in Gary's garage. Now Lorenzo was there. He'd been there in Gary's garage. So the studio.
I hosted a couple of shows.
Yeah.
Did a couple of shows for you. Yep.
From the garage.
Deborah Cox. You had Deborah Cox in the garage. Dude, you had Dr. Dre in the garage.
Man, Dre, Lil Kim.
You got photos of Dre in the garage?
He got video.
What a video.
Video. I think you got to remember, this is like early 90s. So hip hop is just exploding and everyone is just happy to do whatever.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? True. So like if you're doing a video show and they can get more exposure, hey, they were all for it.
They had the internet and want to know why. How much is it?
Exactly. And then they would, after that, do a club date.
Yeah.
Or a club night. You know what I mean? It was just something. That's the way it was done. And Eric had the ultimate freedom with the video show. You know what I mean? So he was able to do whatever he wanted. And we were able to put some of that stuff on the radio, especially with my show. We were able to play whatever we wanted during that time, which is it's like almost incredible. Like what you're able to play every song. I could, whatever it was I wanted to play during my show on Saturday nights, not the overnights, but the Saturday nights I was able to do. We were able to play the hip hop that we this is a dope record. I'm gonna play it.
Yeah, and
them days.
Not that I would do it, but I was the music director. You might want to.
Right. That's what I was about to say. You had that angle as well. Yeah,
you might want to do my show.
Yeah, that'll help. That could possibly help a little bit.
Yeah.
We going where? We need a music director and a Billboard reporter. Yeah,
we going.
We're gonna do a show.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because
No.
We talk about the classics, and we can continue to talk about the classics. But my thing right now is just making sure that R&B still does its thing, man, because R&B is still alive. And man, I love it.
We cornered the market on that. This is what I got to take. We King RCA. We cornered the market with that shit. Yep, her too. Her too. No pun intended. Absolutely.
H-E-R. Her. Yeah.
Her as well.
Yeah. So
Gabby.
So you got this R&B thing locked down. So you got her.
Man, bro. And y'all notice she was signed like when she's like 11.
I remember.
But that's just one of the things about when you're a true talent and you don't ruffle a lot of feathers, you can acquire some artist development indirectly, directly. You know what I'm saying? If you're a true talent and you don't cause a lot of problems. Wear this, wear that, and that whole bit. You know what I'm saying? She found her lane, she found her niche, and now, I mean, yeah. Now look at her.
Yeah, man. Y'all
we peeling back more layers so y'all see she can ball now. Look, Gabby grown. Like, yeah, man. It's a beautiful thing to see, man.
Yeah, man. So I mean, because I was talking to some programmers, it's like, man, we need to do a conference for R&B. And some folks were like, do you think people interested? I said, yeah, R&B is still here, man. We got a new younger generation. They're doing their thing like the Hers, of the world. And you got this kid right here.
Khalid,
you
y'all probably got some more, but that's another one, man. Let me cancel this out.
Yeah, y'all
still
talent. I just see y'all. He got
talent. Hopefully he can, he hasn't been in the R&B space in quite some time. You know what I'm saying? It's more the musical and top 40 space. But yeah, I mean, he's another well-respected artist, man. And that location, that first single that's what got him.
Yeah.
And that's, that's what introduced him to the world.
Right.
And we went and got that. That was, and I was so funny about him. We did radio. I got him off the plane. We did radio. We ate. Dropped back at the hotel. I went to change, just catch a breather real quick. At the show, he had on the same thing the whole day. White kids, black kids, you know what I'm saying? They didn't care, they loved it. You know what I'm saying? And so did he. He was like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? What we need to do, y'all. I was like, damn. Because, in the urban space, particularly with rappers, that was when rappers always had to go to Walmart for the T-shirts and that whole stuff, man. This little thing with the wardrobe and that whole bit. He was like, yo, I picked those jokers up from the airport. And when I got to the venue on stage, it was exactly, we had a whole day of promo. I was like, all right, Khalid. And they rocked. This was early. He gave about 45 minutes to an hour, and they knew all that shit.
They did?
Oh what? Oh, yeah.
And
this new environment we're in, just because, it's not on quote-unquote radio, they still have that niche, and they still develop that fan base. However, radio makes you a superstar.
How many of these young folks that you have that are new artists, and you tell them we're going to do radio today? What's radio?
Oh, dude, do they do? I mean, and again,
do they? No. I don't think he understood the question. Do they know what it is?
Oh, they know what it is. They know what it is.
Okay, all right.
Some of them
they grew up on streaming.
That's true, but they do know what radio is.
Okay.
Is it the thing that's in the car?
Yeah.
Right? and that's it. Right.
But nonetheless, you have some artists, especially rappers today, they're real like, I don't do the radio, and it's kind of cool to like, I don't mess with a label and that whole bit. But then they're always begging for money and begging for radio. And then they realize once they get radio, how when they quote their price, all right, cool. When you're just hot, when you're streaming, quote that, let me hit you back. What about this? What about that? So they absolutely realize like, okay, I get it now.
Okay.
Case in point, Gold Link. They say money all around me. I feel like I'm the man. A festival artist, right?
Right.
When I went to pick him up for the first time to do radio, live in Tyson's Corner.
Up in Northern Virginia.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah. It's, IT guys, politicians with money, not just about politicians with money, engineers, like that's, $3,500 for probably 900 square feet. You know what I'm saying? That whole bit. That's where I went to pick him up at.
Okay.
To take him, because again, he was a festival artist, so he was making a living.
Right.
However, after we worked that single, he said he could no longer just walk over to Tyson's. Let me just go to Louis' store and just, go. No,
you can't do that no more.
Up there, can I get a photo? Can I get this? Talk to my baby, do this. Can I get a selfie? It was a whole different thing. He became a star.
Right. Okay.
So there is a difference. Like I tell people, you can make a living by just streaming, but radio changes your life. That makes you a star.
Man,
that makes you
that is important to know. That is important to know.
Hear that. Again, I'm not involved in the signing. I do radio promo, but they say a lot of artists, that'll be the questions in the meetings. We want radio, particularly the R&B artists when they come to us, because again, they see our track record. We're not just the Hers, but the Bryson Tillers, you know what I'm saying? The Khalids and that whole bit. So yeah, and what we're doing with Afro beats. So they absolutely like radio. Mm-hmm. They try to play like they don't. And I don't get that, man, with this younger generation. It's like being signed to a label ain't cool. Radio ain't cool. Like, it's like once critical mass, then you're not cool anymore. Once you're kind of popular. I don't get it.
Right.
I don't get it.
So you have to be underground in order to be popping.
I guess that critical acclaim really keeps you sexy. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
or like, if you become Insta famous on Instagram, that has more credibility than becoming famous, say, on television or even radio.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, maybe in some sense. Because what's the guy, Kai Cenat, who just calls that shit in New York? He told
New York over the Xbox.
Yeah. That was just because of Twitch.
Yeah. Yeah. You can generate money if you are a gamer and you stream yourself playing a game, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? If I had that when I had my Atari 2600,
I would have kicked your ass in Pitfall. I would have kicked your ass in Pitfall.
Oh no! You
them alligators. Oh my God.
Yo, trying to get across that thing. You be swinging. Next thing you know.
Oh wow.
Pac-Man, baby. Miss Pac-Man.
Yeah.
So speaking of R&B, he's an alumnus of the Jamaica Jump Off right here.
Oh, my man.
Yes.
My man. Oh, wow. It's a lot of love in that photo.
I see. I
a
see
lot of good men and women in that photo.
I see, I see some folk in there. Is that?
Yeah, man. And I just worked the record for Raheem. What's it called? Raheem is actually the blueprint for guys today. I'll give it to Soulja Boy too, the first to go to the internet. Mm-hmm. But as far as an artist taking your career in your hands, doing the work outside of just because again, Soulja Boy went to the internet.
Right.
Raheem Devaughn is from DC.
And he went to the streets.
I was working at Jive before he was signed.
Okay.
And I used to hear about him.
Mm-hmm.
Once he got signed, Raheem Devaughn called me. And this is back in the day when labels were basically taking you a cappella. Oh, we're going to sign you and, do all the heavy lifting and, you know what I'm saying, put you out. And when it comes back, we're going to get the money and give you nothing. You know what I'm saying? That was back in those days.
Right.
Raheem hit me like, look, it's my waxing. Introduce yourself to me. Hey, what's up? I'm Raheem Devaughn. I just got signed. Damn, what's up, bro? Oh, shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm familiar. Thanks for calling that whole bit. We locked in. He was like, has my wax come in for his first single? Guess Who Loves You More? I was like, not yet. He said, all right, well, check this out. When my wax comes in, give me a call, and either me or somebody from my team is going to come pick up the wax so we can blaze the streets, quote unquote.
Oh, he was going to work his own record.
Not like, yo, when my wax come, I'm going to clubs. Every DJ better have it. Y'all better make sure my shit right. It was like, no. When my shit come in, you hit me, let me know. Either me or somebody from my team is going to come get my shit because we are going to blaze the streets.
So he took his career in his own hands.
Dude, and I tell people, as long as Raheem is willing to work, he can make well into six figures for the rest of his life. And it seems that he loves it. So, you know what I'm saying? As long as he's willing to work.
Well, he comes performing in Atlanta because, I'm down in Atlanta. He performs here 2 or 3 times a year, maybe about 2 times a year, and is always packed.
Hosting, catcher. What? Yeah, exactly.
Especially.
Exactly. And see, places like that, when you establish a fan base, it's like, what do you want? Do you want all this crazy fanfare where you can't even go to the store?
Right.
Or do you just want to go create, go into the studio, and then go and perform in front of the people and exchange that energy? Like, what do you want out of this? Do you want to, watch the charts and be catered to and can't go anywhere? Or, it's kind of, where do you see yourself? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Greg Davis on this show said that Raheem Devaughn is the hardest working artist that he has ever.
Man. So Uncle Craig,
Uncle Craig said it ever worked with.
Yes.
Yep. The hardest working.
He does it all, dude. He writes, he sings, produce. He got a go-go band now. He's hosting. He tries in a podcast. Like he constantly feeds into his career, man. Pours into his career, man.
Yeah. He actually, I did my birthday bash for 11 years. He probably performed at least maybe 4 out of the 7 years. He was there regardless.
Yeah, that's fam, man.
Yep.
CG Baker.
That's a great shot.
Back there?
That's Gio. I can't see that he's next to Gio. I see. Oh, it's a young lady next to Gio. I can't make her out. I don't know what that is.
I see D-Lot, maybe. See D-Lot in there.
Yeah. There's baby Sam next to me. That's who run our department now.
Okay.
Baby Sam, yeah.
All right, good stuff. And my neighbor, well, she not necessarily next door, but she about 3 miles from me. That young lady right there. Miss Brown.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
She's doing it. She was actually, she just did the LeBron shop talk thing over the weekend with Quavo. It was crazy.
Yeah, man. She's super dope, man. I remember her as an intern when Dallas Austin first signed her.
You got a Monica story?
Not a Monica story. Well, not really anything funny. It's just, and again, she's another one. Just like that same energy that Fantasia has. Same thing. Powerful, feminine energy. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Powerful, feminine energy, man. And this,
you got some stories. That was a long pause and a long.
Not with Monica. I don't have any stories with Monica, man. Not any crazy stories.
Right.
Anything crazy like, and I always get stuck when people ask me. I just remember with crazy stories. I remember one time with Mobb Deep, and this is things that people have to be careful about. Actually, a couple of them with Mobb Deep, but one of them was in Pittsburgh. They had just performed at their Juneteenth.
Okay. Got
off stage, and everybody get into the limo, and they talking to people, and get into the limo. It's like about 4 little shorties, you know what I'm saying, in the limo with us. We drive back to the hotel. So something just, I don't know how it came up, but somebody asked their age. And they were like, and what they team. So I'm like, all right, fellas, y'all going to the hotel. I'm going with the limo driver to make sure they get back to the on site. And then I'm going back. Because I was like, God, like little things like that, man, it can always go left. And Nick Cannon had came up with a story. We gonna have to get people to start signing prehumptual agreements. I was like,
he said, and Nick, how many kids he got?
Pre-humped.
And prehumptual agreement. This was prior to him before he went off and started his thing.
Okay.
Before he kicked his thing off.
Okay, before he started the litter.
Yeah.
Nick Cannon got everybody have litters.
Damn, that's what you call it? Litter? Sheesh.
Yeah.
Litters. Those Great Danes have litters, don't they?
Man.
Bad old man.
Yeah.
Man. So did anyone see the video of Big Daddy Kane performing on stage and having the guy in the UK just come out on the stage and just stand there because of the fact that, well, the stories are being told that I guess he showed up late and they told him he wasn't going to perform. So I guess he decided that he was just going to stand on the stage in front of the legend.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, like in a situation like that, what do you think would have happened if someone did that to Mobb Deep or any other artist that you promoted or on Jive? So I would have to say maybe a KRS-One.
dude, or E40,
oh my God,
dude. And again, I don't, peaceful, no to violence,
right?
But the ultimate do not step on nobody's stage,
right?
Security, no. You step on his stage, you got to pay. Like, and it's no asking. It's like no, that's just total disrespect. And again, like you said, because I started looking at some of the comments through the backstory, they were supposed. That doesn't have nothing to do with Big Daddy Kane.
Right.
That's
nothing to do with him. And that's what Kane said. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Yes. You take it up with you and the promoter. Let me get my 45, 50, whatever my allotted time is, and y'all work that out. But not on my show. And as an artist, he should know that.
Yeah.
Right.
He should know that.
Yeah.
But I mean,
that's probably one of the most disrespectful things I've ever seen.
Dude, and I was like, come on, man, the legend, we got to stop this. But you know what? People fans are getting real comfortable disrespecting creators nowadays, man. And it's the whole thing.
Already threw water on somebody.
Yeah, it's
50 Cent just threw a microphone at someone.
Oh, see, I didn't miss
that. And it hit her in her head, and they've got the pictures all over TMZ, so a lawsuit's coming from that.
Yeah, he's gonna have to cut a check.
He did what Cardi B did.
Yeah, Cardi did something.
You got to cut a check. Yeah, but that with Big Daddy Kane, that was a lapse in security. Right. If I'm on that team, not on stage. You get physically removed off, hard if necessary. You know what I'm saying? Physically remove him, hard if necessary, but don't, bro.
Yeah, because most, young rappers used to come with crews.
Imagine the crews would be on the stage.
Right.
It's almost like you got to go back to that. I mean, you see what happened to Dave Chappelle, when the guy came on stage and tried to tackle him. Right. I mean, we're going as far back as that, and Will Smith walking up on the stage smacking somebody. Yeah. So it's just like everyone feels emboldened to go ahead and do something to the people who are performing on stage. And it's like, now, why? Why do you think you have the right to do that? But, I remember when Master P came out, he had about 20, 30 people on stage. You were not doing that.
Master P, Wu-Tang. Can you imagine somebody come up on Wu-Tang show?
No, it ain't happening. It ain't happening. No.
The show was still going on, and somebody would have been getting snubbed.
Terror Squad.
Mop.
Big Pun and Fat Joe and the Terror Squad.
Oh no.
That would have been fun.
Oh no.
That would have been fun. Man, you guys are locked into Shooting the Breeze Conversations with the DJ. I got my man Akil Taffe on, and we do this each and every Thursday. Make sure you hit the like button if you're checking us out on Facebook. If you are on YouTube, please hit the subscription button as well as the notification button. Make sure you share. We got some good stories. We got some good stuff coming up, and right now, man, I got, I don't know. I think I'm gonna wait for this one to be one of the last ones because I got to go back on this one. But before we do that, we're gonna talk about 22 years ago last Friday. We lost a good one. We lost a good one. And you had an opportunity to work Aaliyah. Age ain't nothing but a number. And it's crazy because I've gone to the Beyonce show. I've seen the Beehive. But this woman has a following as of today that is ridiculous. I post some throwback pictures on my Instagram account, and all of these people come in like, yo, that's great. But I was like, I didn't know she still had that type of fan base.
Yeah, dude. Those are back in the intern years. And Aaliyah is one of those, like, posthumously, she's continued to grow, it seems, because again, people absolutely rock with Aaliyah. You know what I'm saying? What her and Kales did, in spite of what they did as far as creatively in the studio with her music. I mean, it was, but yeah, posthumously, she hasn't stepped a beat. Like I said, I think she might have even increased her level of notoriety and her level of favor and love, the way people feel about her.
Well, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm just saying, it's such a sad tragedy what happened, man. And I've always said in this business, you guys know, sometimes we think rules don't apply to us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh no, it's just him. Oh, well, he's this guy. Dude, the rules are this. In our business, our mindset is no. Obstacles can be overcome. Go around and go over, go through, but they can be overcome.
Right.
I think that was clearly like the guy who, it's too heavy. I'm not flying. It's too heavy. Like, you see this? Like, it's whatever amount over. Like, we can't. And unfortunately, we have this thing where, no, you know what? Everybody's going. If it can fit, can we close? Okay, let's go. What you doing? Come on. And I think that's what ended up happening, man, unfortunately.
Right. Something that was truly
rules don't apply.
You're actually talking about the airplane that was taken off from the Bahamas.
Yeah.
And it was just too much weight on the plane.
And they had to get another pilot to I heard it was a pilot. I don't know if he was suspended, but he had something on his jacket that shouldn't have been there. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'll do it. Sure. Like, Aaliyah, okay, cool. Like, it was one of those.
I can get it up and over.
For an answer. Yeah, it was one of those things we didn't take no for an answer.
Yeah, and based on some of the stories we heard, that she didn't even want to leave that day until I think she got a phone call, and then she decided to go ahead and leave, and then that's why they tried to pile everything on the plane.
Right. See, things like that. Yeah,
and
things like that. Like,
but what was your first encounter with her like?
What was I? Because this again, I was an intern, so it was probably with Juliet.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know that it was there, but because I don't think I ever went to, because with me interning, I was interning for BMG distribution, so it was more record store involved.
Where y'all at anyway right here? Where y'all at right there?
That looks like that was a dinner, so I don't know, maybe Impact Convention, because it was definitely an event, because those age ain't nothing but a number. We had those set up on the tables.
Right.
It was probably I forget what event that was, but it was obviously honoring, maybe a listening party.
Okay.
That probably was a listening party. I don't know if it was in the DMV or New York.
Right.
More than likely DMV, because again, that was intern year, so I wouldn't have gone to New York like that.
But this is probably about 93, 94.
Exactly. I was 95. Yeah.
Okay.
That was intern year. That was intern years.
Yeah.
And again, sometimes when it's a room full of people, you can have an exchange. Sometimes it's not as, lengthy, because again, she has to kind of work the room and that whole bit. But yeah.
Yeah, man. We were Lorenzo and I was talking about it, and the fact that you worked from as well as from distribution. Lo had some time. What was going on here, Lo? We need to know.
And that was she probably came to that event, and then Juliet took her to him. Was with him earlier that day before she came.
Well, no, this is a little bit later than that, Akil.
Okay.
But I just love the expression on her face and the way that she's looking at me. You know what I mean? So it shows that we were friends. I could definitely say we were friends. We had each other's numbers. We had communicated with each other quite often, but I think I hadn't seen her for a year. So in this picture, this is actually a month before she passed.
Oh, wow.
It was an album release party that was going on in Washington, D.C. And since we got time, I could tell this story. So Antonio, you remember Antonio, the Cuban cigar smoker? You remember? So Antonio, the Cuban cigar smoker, his nephew and I, we got there a little late to the event, right? So Antonio he has no idea that I know her. Okay, so he wants to make some type of bet. He says, okay, listen, we want to make a bet. And the bet is going to be, I'm going to ask Aaliyah. I'm like, what? You want to make a bet? He says, I want to ask Aaliyah that if all three of us are stranded on an island, who would she choose? And I'm like, huh? I'm like, you want to make a bet? I can't remember. It's like some money. I mean, maybe like $100 or something like that. So I'm sitting there like, all right, I got this bet. I know I got this bet. So we're waiting in line to go sign an autograph. We don't have to wait in line because we're at the radio station, but we wait in line because we all want to walk up and ask her that question. So she sees me standing in line, gives me the biggest smile, and then Antonio says, oh, the fix is in. You set it up. You already knew her. So then after that, I go behind her and we do a call-in on the radio station. It's me and her. We're sitting at the table. Her brother's there as well, and I'm calling into the radio station. And she's just, at this point, she's watching me. We've already embraced and hugged, paparazzi taking pictures and all this other stuff. you know, and it was just such a special moment. So Antonio then walks over and asks the question. And then she says to Antonio, like, of course, Lorenzo, I know Lorenzo. You know, we go back a ways. So then I'm sitting there and I'm just doing the calling and they just happen to capture. There's so many pictures from this album release party, but this is actually one of my favorites because it shows her expression looking at me, and it shows the love and admiration that she had for me. I had the opportunity to stay and prior to this to interview her for about an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Wow.
In the studio, just me and her. It was like her mother was there, and whoever the record rep was, I was doing nights, and they were coming in through the afternoon. And at that time, I was the music director. That was the music director. Huh? What'd you say?
Paris. That was Paris, wasn't it?
It was Paris. Okay, yeah, it was Paris. So I guess, yeah. So yes, it was Paris. That's right, from the pictures. So no, not at this time, because this was in Baltimore years prior to this, but I had already met her mom and her pop, and we had hung out like at a convention. So when her mom came, because she, going to be kind of protective. So when her mom came with the record rep, Aaliyah was hungry. So the record rep and her mom said, "Okay, Lorenzo, we're gonna leave to go get her something to eat. We're gonna leave her with you." I said, "Okay, cool." So we're gonna record the interview to play later on that night. So it was just like me and her in the studio for about an hour and a half, just recording the interview, having a good time and just laughing. And we had already had some type of, interaction over the years, because it was probably maybe like the third time that I'd interviewed her. So that's where, exactly. So, and there's more I could tell, but I'll go ahead and let Erica tell his story, because
I see it when I see that photo. I like that look that she gives you, but I see that boy working. That boy working. That boy right here, like
and it's not a Photoshop, because look at the phone.
Exactly.
That's a throwback phone right there, and I got my dolphin cap on, so I've been repping forever.
That's that call in. That boy doing a call in.
That was that was a special night, because to me it just showed the connection that we had when he tells that joke and when he makes that bet, and we're standing in a line, and this video that I have of her seeing me, and she kind of sees me and she kind of like shakes her head, and then a big smile pops on her face. And I have that footage, and it just establishes, because we work in this business and we meet so many artists, but there's some where you just click with. And then she was so angelic, and so many people wanted to, get to know her and be in her space, and it's just so, probably one of my favorite artists of all time.
Yeah, and I know what you mean by that, because it was I want to say ASAP Rocky was here about 3 years ago in DC. And he rarely does anything, you know what I'm saying? But what the fuck he wants to do,
Shout out to Ingrid B. I see you, Ingrid. Thank you for the shouts and the love on there. Sorry, Akil, go ahead.
So and once he actually confirms that a few people can come and interview him, look, 5 minutes. He real tight with it, 5 minutes. So it's a young lady. She's actually now on the morning show in Baltimore now. She just started this weekend with Quicksilver, Shay Parker, but she was doing like weekends or something at KYS. So they had her do the interview. So, I went in there, "What's up, bro? Just got a little few on me, you know what I'm saying? It's cool, thanks for having us, but we ain't gonna be here all night," that type of thing. So, and I'm thinking, because Shay came with her, and they sat and they talked like 20, 30, 40 minutes. So I'm like, well, damn, you must have, I take it you like, because you said 5 minutes. Like, no, I seen you. I knew it was cool. I'm like, oh, shit. Like, that made me feel good, because, again, I'm in a position where it's always like, bro, I need you to do this. I need you to do that. Right. You got 3 more stations. You know what I'm saying? I need you 2 more things. Yo, can you do this and do that? And it's like, So it makes me feel good. And again, Rocky hadn't done radio since the very beginning. Right. So maybe he's like, "No, I've seen you." So I'm like, "All right, this is what it is." But it's a good and bad thing, because when they see, they know, all right, this thing gonna have a whole lot of things for us to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Hey, go back and show the picture one more time. I gotta share something else from that. Now, if you look closely, right here on my cheek, there's lipstick right there. You see that? That's Aaliyah's lipstick. Boom.
That looked like hives. You got hives.
That's the pink. That's
a rash. That's a rash. That's a rash, dude.
That's a rash.
That's a rash.
That's her lipstick right there. You see it right here? Like right here? Yeah, man. Yeah, that's our lipstick, man.
Get out of here, man.
Make sure she would, before you go screaming that, make sure he was over 18.
She was. Yeah. She's open. Definitely.
Man, go ahead on, man.
Tell the truth. I'm telling the truth.
Bring it back, man.
Yeah, I just got to the event. So ain't no one else kissed me. That was her lipstick.
Shout out to my man, Heart Attack. Tack, what's up, my brother?
Oh, snap.
Damon Kelly, what's up?
Yo, Tack be on here.
Toby Cole is on here. What's up?
Yo, Tack be on here.
And Heart Attack just had a dope event down there I seen on the internet.
Oh, yeah, I saw it. They were doing a party down there on the beach.
Looked like he was 70s shit. Like he was part of the Funkadelic or some shit.
Yeah. Hey,
is the storm heading that way, Tack? You got to let us know.
They Tack, definitely stick around, man. I got a throwback picture I definitely want you to see too.
Cayman Kelly was good.
Yeah. And Kill, look here, man. You talk about my garage. She was in the garage.
Yep.
She was in the garage.
The stock brick photo. Oh, that's straight 98.
That's older than that.
That's a brick wall.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, that was exposed brick. That was
exposed
brick photo.
Oh yeah. Let me look. I got to do this for you then. Check this out.
Full screen, full screen, baby.
Full screen?
Yeah, man. We want to see it.
Yeah, let's see you, man.
Is this the video or a picture?
There's a video right here.
Okay, let's go.
Come on,
this is an exclusive right here. Ain't nobody seen this.
Eric Lee in the place to be, and of course, I told you we had a very special guest in the house, a very beautiful guest. My heart just racing and pumping. What's going on?
How you doing?
Ladies and gentlemen, just in case you don't know, this is Aaliyah. Now, we talked about this a little earlier before we brought you on. Now, let everybody, because a lot of people pronounce your name wrong, let them know what your name means.
Yeah, hair.
You are hilarious.
I try not to be.
It's Aaliyah, and it's an Islamic name, and it means the highest, most exalted one, the best.
The highest, most exalted one, the best.
Yes.
Queen.
Oh, now you need to stop.
I am not worthy. Let's talk about some things that are going on in your life. You got a brand new album out.
That's right.
It's in the streets. And let everybody know the name of it.
The title of the album is 1 in a Million.
1 in a Million. Now, you come from anything number to 1 in a Million.
That's right.
Now, you went from one album to the next album. How have you matured in the process of being an artist / maybe producer, writer, whatever?
Well, I've grown a lot of ways, vocally and artistically, and I feel when people listen to the album, they'll be able to hear the growth, sense it. I think you can see it in the video.
Right.
As far as producing, I didn't write any of the songs on the album. I did help arrange on the Marvin Gaye remake and on the remake to Choosing Lover, the remix. And my brother and I, we do write together. We did one song that we didn't finish in time for mastering for the album, but we're going to put on the B-side of one of the singles.
The B-side.
B-side, so.
Let everybody know where you're from originally.
I'm from Brooklyn, New York, originally.
New York!
That's right.
Hey!
That's right, and I now reside in Detroit, Michigan.
Detroit.
And I got 2 homes.
Oh. Papa was a Rolling Stone, or sister was a Rolling Stone. Wherever you leave your hat, that's your home.
That's
hey, and check it out. We want to come back with some more things that went on in your past life. We want to talk about maybe the R. Kelly situation and some of the things that you've got going on coming up in the future for Miss Aaliyah, the exalted one, the greatest, the best. Got your brand new video.
If you only knew.
You messed it up for the fellas when you put that video out.
Oh, I did.
The fellas were upset.
Let me find
Oh, Aaliyah, if your girl only knew. Fellas, I wish she wouldn't have done it. She messed it up for us. So video connection.
So we did that, and she actually addressed the R. Kelly situation.
Yeah, and I noticed that the body language went like, woo. The body language changed up. So she addressed it, huh?
Yeah, she addressed it. I mean, we could play it. Shout out to my man David Green, Shady Groove from V State. Thank you, brother, for checking in. Yeah, she actually addressed it. She actually addressed it, and it was her mom was there. It was a really cool interview, man. So shout out to Aaliyah. Now we won't go back and play the second half of it, but we had that man. You talk about that garage. My boy Gary that runs that was my producer. He said, man, I had billionaires inside my garage. And I was like, you're right. Jay-Z, he was a billionaire. Dr. Dre, billionaire. I mean, you had folk up in there.
Last week, or maybe the week before, Jay-Z said that's when he knew things had changed. When
in
he
Richmond.
was at a in-store in Richmond. He was like, that's when I knew it was like, yo.
It was Willie's Records and Tapes on Broad Street.
It was in Richmond. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Willie's Records and Tapes. And then we partied that night. I got pictures from the party.
He said that's when he knew, like, oh, okay, this is like, all right, I'm different now. That's when when he realized in Richmond, I'm like, wow.
But Akil, talk about and I think it's important because I kind of get a little upset from time to time being a New Yorker, right? From New York, Manhattan, 97th Street, Amsterdam, and Columbus go. So I rep New York hard. But I don't think the Mid-Atlantic region gets enough credit for what we did with breaking hip hop music. And you being a rep that represented that region of the country, tell us what it was like during that time. And I know you were interning early on, but it was like to bring hip hop records into any of the stations, not just the stations where I was a assistant PD or music director and Eric was a music director and air personalities. We were doing both. But when you just had to go to any station and why it was so important for us in that region to break records. Well, and sometimes we'd break those records before the big cities.
Absolutely. Because one thing about the Mid-Atlantic, the Mid-Atlantic has a very sophisticated listener. I mean, it's a lot of colleges. There's a lot of disposable income. There's a lot of Black people. You know what I'm saying? And in particularly in the DMV, there's a lot of Black people from all over the world, in essence. But that's the thing. You get Black culture with some education and some disposable income. I mean, the ground is fertile for new music. That's one of the reasons, and particularly R&B, that's one of the reasons why groups like, like the Her and the Bryson Tillers, why they can break out of places like here. Jill Scott, who not one of our labels, Eric Badu, they'll break out of spots like the Mid-Atlantic, and again, because the main thing is culture and money and education. Right. That's why. Yeah. That is absolutely why.
So you would say it was more so there than, say, a New York or Philadelphia?
Yeah, because I would think New York or Philadelphia, they're like too closer to it. Like, again, when you go to DC, you got because DC is nothing but colleges and politicians. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty much the epicenter of the world. 600 Pennsylvania Avenue, headquarters of the world. Right. So there are people from New York and Philly, but you also got a good California. You also have people from the South. You know what I'm saying? So that I think it's like a melting pot.
You know what? I think
because again, in New York, not to cut you off, Eric, but real quick, like New York, they weren't welcoming to an Outkast. They weren't welcoming the Southern rap. You know what I'm saying? Philly made a little bit more so, but not in New York. But Philly is still East Coast. It's not New York.
Right. Well, Philly broke a lot of things sometimes before New York. I think I saw Kobe was in here. I don't know if he's still watching, and Kobe was responsible for a lot of that, and Lady D in Philadelphia during those years.
Somebody, a rapper just said that during the 50 year. He said like, "Yo, we used to have to go to Philly."
Yeah, I saw that. I can't remember who it was, but I saw that.
Crazy, yeah.
Right.
They did say you got it popping in Philly, absolutely.
So you would say in New York, so you had your Mr. Magics, you had your Red Alerts, Chuck Chill Outs, all on the radio, but they were playing. Got to give a big shout going out to my brother Bobito and Stretch Armstrong and what they were doing in New York at that time. But they were breaking more New York artists.
Exactly.
While we were playing in the Mid-Atlantic region, we were playing everything.
If it was hot and if we liked it, absolutely. Because again, you have that influence. You got somebody from Atlanta who's going to Howard, who wants to hear that at the Ritz. You know what I'm saying? Who wants to hear, Outkast, or who wants to hear 3 6 Mafia, or, get the Ghetto Boys. DC, they love Southern music. The Ghetto Boys is a staple here. You know what I'm saying? So like they were a little bit more receptive.
Right. More so. And we were playing, I remember playing like a Poison Clan and a Luke on Power 93 in Richmond and playing those songs, and they were being embraced And at that time, you had a lot of music that were going 120 beats per minute because we had that technotronic sound and all those records that were doing very well and getting a lot of radio play, so you could get away with playing those songs. And of course, the stuff that was coming from the West Coast with NWA and Digital Underground and Parrish, the Black Panther hip hop, and all. I
think one of the reasons, though, as I have moved around, I think it could have been a little deeper than that, because being in Atlanta, and once you're talking major market, the slightest dip in a tenth of a point could be worth millions of dollars. So it's hard for the major markets to break records because it's a financial piece. If they drop in listenership, it could be worth millions. So a lot of times they would go to the smaller markets, and I found that out later because, hey, you can test the record. See, New York ain't gonna jump out on a record. LA ain't gonna jump out on a record. Chicago, they gotta be able to justify it, because at that time they were doing, music testing and things of that nature. The test was me. The test was you, Lorenzo.
Yeah. Oh, especially Heart Attack knows this. And he's watching Wowie. Wowie was that station.
Yeah, so when you talk about
Akil, am I telling a lie?
No, not at all. Not at all.
But I think what happens is you got to realize that when you're talking major markets, those guys couldn't afford to jump out on records too fast, because if the numbers dropped, it could be their jobs. And the only reason why I know it now is because I'm in the top 10 market, and I understand when I talked to Reg about stuff, he was like, man, I can't jump out on that. You got to be justified for stuff like that. Because if you don't, in the numbers, your gut can get you fired. Absolutely. But if you go through a music test and it tells you to play it and it sucked, you can blame the music test.
Yeah. But what you just said, E, kind of supports what I'm saying, that the Mid-Atlantic region should get more credit for breaking the records that we did, and we don't. So,
and still do, like, even to this day, like, again, our formula. Man, Akil, see, we can get started in DC. Because we have two major stations, KYS and PGC. It's the black market. Right. If you tell an urban station in Chicago it's working in DC, they came out, well, that's DC. No, for real. Oh, okay, they at least listen. Like now in Atlanta. It's working in Atlanta. Oh, it's a pop record. It's working in Atlanta. What do you mean it's a pop record? You know what I'm saying? Like, absolutely. Like, black people, absolutely. So yeah, that's where, because and I get what you're saying, the larger the market, they can't, and that applies to sometimes also to the competitive markets.
True.
You got heavy competition. Right. You got to play the hits, because any little deviation, you know what I'm saying? Our share can drop. But again, in the Mid-Atlantic, it's been at the forefront of breaking new music.
Yeah, but E, back then when Nabs was on V103, he was playing what he wanted to play. You see what I'm saying? So, on the
in DC?
Yeah, I'm talking about V103 in Atlanta. On those specialty shows, the PDs didn't necessarily know what hip hop records to play. That's why they allowed us to play it when we had the freedom. Right. You know what I'm saying? So we had the freedom. We knew the hip hop. They didn't.
But I think when you're talking breaking records, you're talking about putting it in rotation. You can play a record at a mix show, but realistically, where it gets its legs is the repetitiveness of hearing the song over and over. And
playing it versus programming it. You know what I'm saying?
But see,
getting the look is,
I got plaques just from playing records on my hip hop show.
Oh, yeah, well, they're gonna give
you
too.
Love. You know what I'm saying? So
they're gonna give you love, but most of my plaques came from the fact that they were getting.
But mine came from the specialty show. Just saying, because
but Lorenzo, see, from a label perspective, the mix show guy submitted yours because he gets an allotment, and the music that comes from the regionals and us that comes from the regionals and stuff like that. Because we look down and see, because I'm working with this guy all year, so what plaques going out, he won the top. The mix show direct, you want his key guys who getting shit early, you playing the early shit, breaking shit, playing it early, absolutely. So it comes from the same pot, but the mix show director is making sure you get laced, and we're making sure you get laced. Because there's a limited run, and now it's gotten even smaller. It's like shit. All right.
Hey, did we get too deep with the industry talk right here?
We got too deep for that.
Let's go back to
let's lighten it up. You look, my cousin, Cachette.
No,
my cousin, she fell on my feed today, and they had a picture of this gentleman. It's like, ooh, he's been so fine all this time, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I'm about to have my man on tonight. He's standing beside him. Matter of fact, what was this, man?
Oh, wow.
You and Clifford.
I know you was going there.
Yeah, you know I was talking about Clifford.
All of a sudden, he's a super sex symbol now. All of a sudden,
he's super sex symbol now. Hey, my cousin would tell you right now, he always been a sex symbol.
Ladies love Method Man, boy.
They love some Method.
Yeah, man.
Hey, he been in AE. He been in the gym.
Oh yeah, yo! I know, right?
Been in the gym.
Yeah. So now I'm pissed off.
He lifting up all the weights.
Yeah, I'm pissed off at Akil. I'm pissed off at Cootie. Now I'm pissed off at Meth too.
Yeah.
You a hater. You sound like a whole hater.
not just a hater, a whole hater.
A whole hater.
What up, D? I see you on here.
Oh man, Ingrid B. She said, "Hold on, y'all need to do this again and let the artists know so they can tune in." I thought we were getting too deep. Ingrid said, "Oh, he been a sex symbol." Okay, right.
He been.
Yep. No, thank you, Ingrid. No.
he was that one back when Woo.
Oh yeah, all the chicks out of all of everybody in Woo, everybody was liking Meth. You know?
I go dolo from state to state, just try to get it like y'all get it. Y'all be good. Peace.
When I was on the HBC radio station, the student station, the record I was playing, METHOD, MET. I was like, this is, and I'm fresh out from Chicago. This East Coast shit is trash. I was like, oh my God. It stuck though. It stuck. I was like,
no, you didn't think that was trash.
Oh my God, it was just.
Hey, you get up my crowd.
Again.
Hey, we got to get Heart Attack on here. I remember. I know we broke it in Wowie. Oh, we played that. Steve Crumley was like, "Yo, we playing this in regular rotation." We played it because I remember having to up cue the CD to the METHOD. So when I would hit it, boom, it would come in like that because it kind of began with like a ding, ding. Yeah.
So what was going on here? I still want to know. Was this looked like an episode of The Wire?
Yeah, come on, man. You know what that was, man. You know what that was. That was the biggest look I've had, man, thus far. I'm gonna put that out there. That was the biggest look I've had thus far, man.
What's it from?
What is it?
The Wire, man. The Wire. Season 3, second episode. I got frames galore. I tell people, look, hey, Lorenzo, I let him know.
I was joking when I said that.
I'm all in it, man. You know, if you need to go get some popcorn or go to the bathroom, go ahead. I got frames, baby.
I'm going to have to go back and watch that. I got the whole series. I'm going to have to go back and watch that, man.
Bro, and still to this day, about 3 times a year.
Oh, Ingrid just got you. Ingrid just got you. You said you grew into your face, bro. She said you grew up into your face.
Wow. Thank you.
Yeah, we got characters on the show.
Thank you. I ain't mad at that, Ingrid B. I ain't mad at that. But yeah, man, that was that's what that was. Like I say, season 3, second episode. Right. We all in it. The character I played was Triage. About 3 times a year, somebody be like, "Yo, was you in the Wire?" And you have Wire aficionados. Yo, Triage. I'm like, damn, they know my name.
They remember all that? Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, so that's man. And I still get my little check, man, every year. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man.
The residuals? You're getting the residuals?
Man, they give me a tank of gas every year, Lorenzo. Every year I get a tank of gas. Yeah. Yes, I'm not bad.
Oh, and then we got to, I don't mean to interrupt. We got to give a big shout going out to Christopher Mann. He represents our alma mater, VSU. He played, what was that? He ran for mayor. He was one of the guys that were running for mayor on the show. I can't remember his name. Huh?
I said Mayor of Baltimore in The Wire.
Yeah, he was running. He was a politician running for office. He was on there, I think, a couple of seasons.
Okay.
Yeah, C-Man.
Okay, that's what's up, Charles, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Now we've been
Christopher Mann.
Now we've been speaking about Wowie, and I told Tack, if you're still there, man, I hope you shout out to Tack. Let me know you're still there, Tack. So the reason why I say that because I wanted to bring this picture in. Shout out to my man. Let's get busy, baby.
R.I.P. Yeah.
Rest in peace, KJ.
KJ,
let's get busy, baby. Holiday.
Look at Big Luther.
Okay. Big Luther. For the folks that don't know, the brother to the far left is KJ, good friend of ours.
Yeah.
Tack said he's still here. Yeah, Tack. Wow.
Yeah.
So we got KJ. KJ was a good friend of ours and program director of JLB, Wowie, V103.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we got the crew there. Look at I see. We got Mo. We got of course we got
Big Luther.
Big man. We got everybody up in there.
The gang's all here.
Yeah. Now we got to get Mo on the show too. We got to get Mo on the show.
I used to be scared of Mo, man. And tell her when she come on. How you scared of Mo? Because I got a playful personality. Mo don't play. You don't play with Mo. Like no.
Yeah, I can see
you
that.
Don't play with Mo. No. I used to be scared of Mo, but now
she learned everything from her moms. That's why.
Yeah. Mo went to school with Lorenzo and I.
Oh,
okay. School together. We all went to school together. Yeah, I love it.
Oh, okay. I did not know Mo went to VSU.
Yeah, VSU. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
We had a talented crew that came out about that time. DOS Effects was
Steve. DOS Effects was down there on campus.
Yeah, DOS Effects was there. Damien from Guy. Yeah, he was there. All at the same time. We're all there at the same time. Yeah, we're talented crew of people out there. So yeah, man. I wanted to.
Y'all had a little look. I ain't mad. Ain't no like 8 people.
Oh man. So yeah, man. And Lo may not know her, but she's in the market. One of your folks.
Reed.
Yeah,
Sharita.
Yeah, I see it. She comes to the station.
No, I'm saying Sharita Lorenzo.
Yeah. It's hard to tell by this picture. Yeah, I know Sharita.
Yeah, she got a brand new book out. I was like, okay, girl.
And that's Randy up top. Yeah, man. Sharita, Sharita's my sis, man. And she's actually, that's my homie on the staff. When we go out, when we go away, when they bring us out, that's my homie. That's my smoke buddy, my partner in crime. That's my partner in crime right there.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. So what was the craziest thing that ever happened to you in the business, man?
The craziest thing?
Yeah, something like, man, y'all ain't gonna believe this. I got like a Notorious Big. Sit down. I got a story to tell.
Another thing, and it happened with Mobb Deep. I almost got in trouble. I don't know if you know.
Everything Mobb Deep. Huh?
Mobb Deep keep you.
I don't know if you know. Silk. Well, a promoter here in DC.
Okay.
And this is one of the reasons why I try to stay out of putting parties together. Sometimes I do with people, but this is one of the things where I've almost gotten in the bit.
Okay, wait a minute. You're talking about Silk, the group, or Silk was the name of the promoter?
Promoter.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
It was a promoter in DC who had, I got the venue. Was it Aqua? It wasn't H2O. Derek, who used to a club owner in DC.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to put they tapped me, get Mobb Deep. I can get the money and that whole bit. And I don't know if you know how Mobb Deep travel, but like y'all say, they travel with 30 dudes.
Yeah.
And the tallest one is 6'3". That's the tallest one. You know what I'm saying? It's 6'3". And 30 dudes. And bro, they get there, looking for the bread. He goes and he gives me half of it. All right, come to the venue. I got you when we get to the venue. Bro, we get to the venue, and this dude is nowhere to be found.
Ooh.
And you see the third or fourth dude all just kind of give me the word and we're going to take off. You know what I'm saying? Give me the word and we're going to take off. So I'm just like, look, let me go and talk to the club owner. and see, you know what I'm saying, what's what. Dude, I go in there, I call dude, and he eventually comes, but he doesn't have the money. So fortunately, because he was there, that just kind of had, but that was the closest I was like, you know what, I might have to
lay hands.
It might get physical. And I was clearly outnumbered because again, y'all know I don't travel
right.
I don't ever have my homie with me. It's when I'm working.
Right.
It's me. So that was one of the times I was like, you know what? You want to do a show? You got the bread. Let me link you in the management up because I don't ever want to be put in that position again. That was
and they made the money because the club was packed.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
So it wasn't the owner. It was
in this particular case, the club wasn't packed, but the principle was we're here.
True.
Bro, we're here.
Right.
On the strength of you,
Did they perform? Did they perform, or you were trying to get the money before they hit the stage?
I was trying to get the money before they hit the stage.
Right.
No, they didn't perform. They did not perform.
Okay.
They did not. Well, yeah, that was the man. That was the closest I had ever came to And I get it, man. I get it because like artists have told me, dude, if I have to leave my crib, I got to get security, bring my DJ and the whole thing. Don't be like, oh, just come and do a song for 3,000 if my rate is 10,000. You know what I'm saying? Right. I still have to move the whole business to come there. So that was from that point on. All right, I'll do some vetting, but after the vetting is done, let me look because unless I'm trying to really get in. And even that, I wasn't trying to even make no money. No bread was coming to my pocket. I'm doing a favor. You know what I'm saying? For my guy and for them because they come because sometimes we'll bring them down to do some radio stuff. Right. And to put the little bread in their pocket so it's just not, holler Lorenzo and you and do some drops and bounce,
Right. Yeah. Everybody got to eat.
Exactly.
Yeah. First thing they say, y'all got a dad player? Yeah, we got a dad player.
Well, I barely remember the club. What'd you say, Club Aqua? Yeah.
Shout out to my man Perry White.
If it wasn't at Republic Gardens or Dream, I'm not going to diss the other ones. DC Live, 1223, or Zanzibar's, or Silver Shadows. Those
Derek Owens club. It was one of Derek Owens' club. Remember the light skinned guy, Derek Owens?
I probably didn't rock with him too much. I remember the name, but I don't think I rocked with him too much.
It wasn't Mark or Abdul.
Or Abdul, right?
It was him. He was kind of, I think he had I don't know where he had some financing from somewhere, but he was trying to get in and got in, but not like, again, it wasn't the Mark Barnes Abdul level. It wasn't. It was not that.
There wasn't too many on their levels
at all.
No,
at all.
Now, Akil, you're still in the business.
Knock on wood. I'm knocking on wood. This is wood.
I'm not gonna ask how many years because I got a general idea. But the thing about it is, the business that we're in will allow us to have a lifestyle that will allow us to do other things in addition to the business. And brother, I gave Cootie a hard time and I gave you a hard time, but I look, just because I ain't reached out to you don't mean I don't see you when you're posting. I am in awe. I am inspired, and at the same time, I need to get my ass in the gym. When I see this, that's a pose, Lorenzo. 1 foot on one leg with his arms twisted.
My yoga practice, man.
The dude is a yogi.
And right there, what that's doing, because again, it's more to these postures than just how they look. What that is doing, I'm locked up, so that's stopping the blood flow. So once I release that, fresh oxygenated blood goes throughout my entire body. That's what that's doing. That posture is called eagle posture. And I'm squeezing and also trying to sink lower as I'm squeezing. And I also tell people, I'm not that flexible. You see my bottom foot, it's not hooked on my calf. Point being, it's your practice.
Right.
It's your practice. Don't get caught up in trying to put your leg behind your head.
Right. Or taking that foot and putting it on the other side of your leg. That's really serious, right?
Dude, mindful movement, mindful breathing. That's it.
But you say that, but I could go through your pictures And brother, you look like you could twist yourself up to a pretzel.
I've been practicing, absolutely.
You can stretch it.
I've been practicing. I'm a 200-hour certified professional teacher. So yeah, it happens. I get on my mat. You know what I'm saying?
What made you decide? What you said you were going to school for physical therapy,
right?
So you already understood where the body.
That ain't where that came from, though.
Where did it come from?
I've always been skinny with muscles, right?
Right.
As I begin to get older, I realized the importance of stretching.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I popped in my ex-wife's a VHS of a yoga VHS, and I was like, "Oh shit, this shit is hard as like."
Right.
Bro, I can't even hold my leg out at a night. Like, what in the end? It's like, yo. So I started doing it once a month.
Right.
It's a good intensive stretch, and I do it on a Sunday. After that, I can go to brunch and all that because I done something good for my body. So what I started doing, I started incorporating regularly. Are you guys familiar with the P90X series?
Yep.
P90X.
I got it.
Lorenzo. Legs and back
Mm-hmm.
and Yoga X. Those are the 2 DVDs I would like prepare myself. What I'm going to eat, what I'm going to wear, get out my, work my way around it because I appreciate it.
Right.
So I started doing that yoga. Then I messed around Lululemon. If y'all are familiar with Lululemon, a lot of Lululemon, they sell yoga gear. And of course, the women with the yoga pants, Lululemon pants, they the ones made stretch, yoga pants popular. But nonetheless, it's kind of expensive, you know what I'm saying? So what I would do, because they offer free yoga classes on Saturday mornings, an hour before they open, I'm out at the club on Friday night. If I go to yoga at Lululemon 4 days in a row, I'm gonna treat myself to some on the sales rack. So I started doing that. Lo and behold, I walked in the yoga class. Yo, man, listen. 2 things. First of all, the teacher, I was like, if I mess with her, I'm gonna be looking like Bruce Lee out this mug. Because she leaned the power yoga, power class.
Right.
And dude, the thighs, the ass, the cow was like, oh my God. Like, I'm gonna take my stiff ass up in there. You know what I'm saying? I knew I caught the bug because when I went to my first yoga festival, and I didn't notice none of the thighs, ass, and none of that until the last night because I knew I gotta wake up and go to the airport. The other nights I was like, I'm wake up, I'm gonna go this class, this panel on weeding, you know what I'm saying? This panel on food, this panel on that. I was locked in. I didn't notice all that until I was like, yo, I didn't caught the yoga bug. Like, wow. And what made me want to teach, I wanted to teach it to people who look like me once I realized the importance of the postures and the pose, how they benefit you. Looking good and cut up and sliced and muscles, that's cool. But dude, how it make you feel. You know what I'm saying? That's the shit that, yeah, it's a beautiful practice. I'm glad I got introduced, and it is literally the supplement to everything.
Wow.
I'm a proponent. I hate to run, but I will log at least 2 miles a month. I'm steadily active with calisthenics. I still do weights and that whole bit. Right. I done got into hiking. I teach at a rock climbing facility. Oh, rock climbing is a whole nother total body.
You rock climb, you yoga.
Dude, it's like a kid. I'm like a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man. So that's what got me into the practice, dude. The benefits, it's a mindful movement, mindful breath. And I keep reiterating that because a lot of brothers, and they watch me, and I'm glad. Like, man, I'm not flexible. None of us are. Sitting in lotus, crisscross applesauce. When I first started doing that, dude, my ankles, knees, like, what in the entire, like, yo, what the fuck? But a little bit at a time, and it's a lifestyle.
I just say Rome wasn't built in a day; it was built.
Man, dude, I am going to be playing on the floor with my grandkids. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be racing my grandkids, just having fun, man, and like, yeah.
Watch that racing. Kevin Hart showed us that.
Absolutely, yeah. But well, I ain't gonna do the 40. I'm gonna just, complete. I'm gonna just
do the 80. You gonna do the 80? Okay.
I ain't gonna be there.
Do the 80.
Right.
Do the 80.
What do you do to stretch your hips? Because I know I just started back riding, and Eric rides as too, as far as bikes are concerned.
Okay.
And my trainer had told me at one point my hips were real tight He asked me, "Oh, is it because you ride bikes?" He said, "Yes." So what type of stretching do you recommend for those that ride bikes that need to stretch their hips?
One of the best postures we can do, bro, is a yogic squat. And that is a yogic squat. Yogic squat.
Squat. Okay. All right.
You remember?
I thought I heard another word. I thought I heard another word.
Oh no, a yogic squat.
Okay. All right.
you seen Colors, right?
Yeah.
Colors. Mi barrio, Holmes. Mi barrio. Dude. Stand up and sitting down in the squat. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That is one of the most beneficial postures to all humans. A lot of people around the world, that's how they use the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Like they taking a dump in a hole on the ground. If you can stand up, stretch you and sink down below your knees, you know what I'm saying? While keeping that's one of the healthiest postures you can do, dude. That is one of the healthiest postures that you can do, honestly.
Well, yeah. I mean, I haven't matured past the fact that every Wednesday there is yoga in the square at the building right beside my building. So when I walk by to go to my parking deck, I just stop for a second
and look. Yeah.
Quick glance and realize that I'm
not
halfway
there.
Twisted. I'm halfway there.
You're halfway there.
Okay.
Because you stop and you realize it.
You're halfway there.
Get on the mat, man. Get on the mat. Because again, dude, like my grandmother, man, is 97 years old.
Right.
Like, I know some elders who are like practicing. And again, it's not anything crazy, but mindful movement and mindful breath. That's another thing that I've gotten into the last few. Dude, the breath work is healing, bro.
And as we get older, we gotta start paying attention to our bodies.
And I tell people, like, again, I'm a proponent of weights. We do need some resistance training. But we ain't in our 20s.
Right.
We ain't about to go play for a season of nobody. 300 pounds for somebody that's over 45. For what, bro? Are you competing? And I don't know any retired bodybuilders or a lot of retired athletes, unless they've done a lot of therapeutic work, dude, they're like, LeBron gonna be all right. You know why? Because LeBron is a yogi.
Yeah, I do know
LeBron
that.
spends a lot of money on rehabilitating his body as much as building it. Like, he got it.
Right.
He has it.
He knows.
Athletes, dude, are like, because there's so much wear and tear on our joints. Even though you might be able to handle 300 pounds, Eric, you might be able to curl 100 pounds, Eric, but your joints, them elbows, those elbows are older than 45, bro. So you don't need to be putting all that on them elbows.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's man, like our lifestyle.
Right.
It was cool for us to, I want to lead the club the latest, smoke all the weed, drink all the liquor, and guess what? I want to be banging your phone at 10:05. I want to be banging your phone at 10:05. What's up my record, bro? Yeah, right. We only played it 3 times yesterday. It was 7 times the day before. Did we move that a category? What we doing? Like, that was our lifestyle.
True.
Fast forward 10, 15 years.
I'm sorry, man. I wasn't able to get back to the station to put it in the overnights like I promised you.
Yeah, exactly. Because we just left.
Because I was just hanging out with you.
Remember that last shot? Remember that last shot we had?
Yeah, folks.
Lorenzo. No, let me be quiet. We're married now.
You know, it's crazy. You think about it, you're like that overnight scenario. Yeah, it's real.
Exactly.
That's real.
That song was real.
Exactly.
I was like,
exactly. Yes, man.
3 in the morning, the pancake house.
Yeah, man. Our lifestyle, it you know, some of us aren't here. Some of us are dealing with other ailments, you know, as a result of our lifestyle. So yeah, man, it is important. You know what I'm saying? It is imperative for us to wellness. You know what I'm saying? A wellness. That's why I say I don't work out. I train for life, but overall wellness. And
how many times a week
do I train?
Am
I doing something at least every other day, not every single day. But again, I get into my zone. Well, 5 days a week for a good 3 weeks. And then it might be 2 days for this week because it's a lifestyle. Due to my diet, due to how I'm feeling, if I'm busy or not like that. So I like to say regularly. In a year, I exercise more days than I don't. So more than every other day throughout the course of a year. And again, sometimes it might just be knocking out 50 before I get in the shower because I didn't bullshit around here and now I got to leave out the house. So it's like out 50.
51 sit-ups. Okay. I was just checking.
250.
Boom, 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 boom. And how much you weigh?
Don't ask me to question my weight, man. hey, check this out. I say that because I'm lighting the ass. Nigga, you might try to try me. Wow, that's a personal question. Hey, and when I say this, dude, I actually want to gain about 10 pounds. If I get 10 pounds, I'll be great. 10
pounds of muscle.
I give you my 10.
I want 10 of mine, man.
Jesus.
But dude, the way my metabolism set up, it's like,
right.
I'm input output. It's like,
I gotta get there because I know you look like Lo said. I cycle, low cycles, but if I could have it my way, I'd cycle every other day. But that's just not realistic.
Yeah,
but when I do cycle, I'll do anywhere from 20 to 40 miles.
Great exercise. But also, I've read with cycle. Make sure you get a proper seat because that and they say that can aggravate our prostate get enlarged, that thing won't get up.
So how do you know you're riding the right seat? How do you know?
I don't know, but they say, well, again, I guess it should. I would imagine it shouldn't be as narrow, and I would also imagine that if you invest in some money in a nice seat, that will be one of the reasons why.
I
got a nice one. I got a question. I think it's kind of dumb. I might know the answer to it, but
no dumb question. Oh.
Yeah. But when I just find it easier to stretch when I go in the sauna. You know what I mean? I go into the sauna and that's where I do all my stretching because it doesn't hurt as much because of the heat. And what does the heat do to your muscles that allows you to get that stretch easier in the sauna? So when I come out of the sauna, I feel good.
Absolutely. Because the heat loosens the muscles and makes them more malleable.
Mm-hmm.
They're warmer so they can move more. Like when anything is
faster.
Cool, it's rigid.
It happens faster.
It's rigid.
Yeah.
Stretching is one thing, Lorenzo.
Right.
Movement is another. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference. You know what I'm saying? Like we can be flexible, but like I say, some of us can't sit in a yogic squat, which we should be able to. And technically speaking, even something simple as using the bathroom. I don't know if you begin to reboot. Your knees should be kind of here when you use the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Because of how the stomach line is, because it's more of an S when we're sitting like with 90 degrees, knees, legs, body.
So what if I bend over with my chest on my knees? That's about the same thing, right?
Invest in a stool to raise your feet. So bring
everybody go say they up there talking about how to take a seat.
Yeah, because I bend over like this and I lean.
No.
No.
In the breeze, conversation with the
bring your knees.
Never know what we be talking about up
okay.
here.
But if I bring my knees up,
well, movement and flexibility.
Okay, so you're talking about, so like if I go to the gym, I jump in the sauna, you're talking about movement, then I go swimming, I jump in the pool. That's good movement using all your muscles.
That's active.
Excellent.
Too. And I'm active. I'm absolutely a fan of being active.
Right.
Active lifestyle.
Right.
Stay moving. Do something.
Right.
Stay moving. Do something.
Ingrid said releasing all that waste is hard to do.
Huh?
Yeah.
I say Ingrid just told me releasing all waste is hard to do.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man.
Elevate the feet to bring the knees close to the chest.
Do y'all know Ingrid?
No, I don't.
You know Ingrid B.
Ingrid
is probably one of the coldest, hardest, best, articulate, funny hosts, promoters that I have ever come across.
She's down there in MIA?
She's down here in Miami, and that's all she do. And that's how she make her money. That's how she eat. And I'm so happy to be able to call her. I'm just so happy to call her. I've known her for as long. I've been down here. What are you talking about?
Talking about your ass.
Talking about you. Talking about you. I've known her since since I've been in South Florida. Really, since I first arrived. And if you want to,
I gotta follow Ingrid.
Yeah, anything eclectic, soulful. I mean, Ingrid's got it. You know, that's what she's all about, and she's true to who she is. She's true to her followers, true to the city. She ain't gonna sell her soul. And that's the people that I get down with. They're not gonna sell their soul at all. They're gonna be true to who they are. And when I see it, I respect it. Shout it out. I got nothing but love for her. I haven't seen her in a while, but I'm following what she's doing. I just wanted to show you the love, Ingrid. All right.
Actually, Lorenzo, last time we had came down to Miami, and my lady had came to your club, to your spot you was hosting.
Which one?
I forgot what club it was, but that was the last.
Was it? It was on South Beach. It was on South Beach.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was probably the 5th.
I don't know.
But it was the 5th with the 400 Club, because the 400 Club we had South Beach kind of like on lock on Friday nights.
I don't want to say maybe the 400 Club, because that was the last like regular club.
No, the 400 Club wasn't the name of the club. The 400 Club was the name of our crew, basically. Okay. Like we were like the Wu-Tang.
Okay,
basically. So with one woman, which was simply Jess. So it was like we had a crew and we threw parties. So basically the 400 Club could move to any club.
Right.
So basically it didn't matter if you knew the 400 Club was somewhere. It didn't matter where the club is. That's where you need to be. So it was probably at 5th, because Harrison's was a restaurant and a lounge.
Right. Now that was before I found out about Secrets. I believe Secrets. So after that,
God, yeah, I remember that now.
After that, I stopped going to regular clubs.
Secrets in Miami.
What was the name of the club? What's the name of the swingers club in Miami?
Miami Velvet.
Oh, you talking about
Velvet.
Miami Velvet? Yeah.
There it is.
Miami Velvet.
It was over.
Wait. Hold on. What you know about Miami Velvet?
Show is over.
Hey, look, I went to your club. Next time I was in Miami, I went to Miami Velvet. Never been in your club again. I don't. Never been in your club again. All right.
Hey, Ingrid, don't do that, dude. Ingrid,
He did though.
Don't do that, Ingrid. Don't do that.
I was like, but when Akil, when you said Secrets, I thought House of Secrets in Washington D.C. first. But I kind of had an idea what you were talking about, but I didn't know. It was Miami Velvet, and there was another one called Trapeze. Trapeze was the other one.
Hey,
that was like the black one.
That's in Atlanta.
Eric, good looking. Thanks, bro.
Nah, let's talk. What was the experience like? Let's talk about it.
No,
because I will tell you
about that.
I will tell you one thing about it, because
for
me,
sponsorship.
Huh?
We're looking for sponsorship.
Yeah, well, I mean, we don't, I went, I was there. You know what I'm saying?
But Eric.
Are you trying to save me, E? You trying to save me? Are you trying to save me?
Eric, man. It was the Jamaica jump off. We were looking for sponsors to be a part of the Jamaica jump off.
Right. So also continue.
To it.
Yeah, I mean, I knew the owner of Miami. I had like the Prime VIP card to go to that joint there. But it was one thing about when I first moved down here, which is so to get me to go there. I did, Ingrid. That's right. And the reason being is that, and Ingrid knows this better than probably anybody. When I first got down here, coming from Washington, D.C., right? Hosting Love, doing a live broadcast, and being at Love at a club that would average 6,000-7,000 people a night. Am I lying?
Yeah,
am I lying?
Right.
Akil, am I lying?
Facts.
Right. So I would say, Anthony, how many people we do tonight? We had average night. We did like 7,000. Okay. So imagine coming from there and you come down to South Beach, and the club that's popping at that time is Club Bed, right? Okay. Which is really like a glamorized VIP room compared to Love in Washington, D.C. That's what it was. You know what I'm saying? You get 300 people in there. Mark had 300 people in the VIP room. You know what I'm saying? So I come down here and I'm like, and then had to stand online and wait outside to get in because they didn't know. It's all based on who you know, and they didn't know me at the time. And then you try to go into another club, and then they tell you come back on your night, because they didn't have promoters didn't really clubs didn't allow black promoters to have a club on a Friday and Saturday night. They give you a Thursday or they give you a Sunday. Am I lying, Ingrid? Ingrid knows I ain't lying. So the clubs were so pretentious. I was like, for a while, I was like, I need to find some place to go. And that's when West Party Johnson owned Diamonds.
We talked about that the first time.
We talked about that on our show. So I went to party with West Party Johnson. Next thing you know, I discovered meet the owner of Miami Velvet. Tell me, come check out that spot. And of course, when you walk in there, they treat you like family.
Everybody's well.
And then you would come into the club with your alcohol. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, most of them all bring your own booze.
It was, and you can go to the store or you can buy the alcohol wholesale. Go get a case, spend get 12 bottles for $300. You go up in there, you balling out of control.
If you ever go in somebody's house, they have bottles and they have numbers on them. Just know, all right, take it out.
I was gonna let it go. I was gonna let it go. I look at it.
Yeah. So I used to run in those spots until they got to know me on the beach, and then I was like, and that's what kind of like made me find my own crew to promote my own parties because they were so pretentious on South Beach. And then boom, hooked up with the 400 Club, and then we had like maybe like a 7-year run. Down there on South Beach. So
I got tricked to go into Diamonds though. That's the story. I'm sticking with it because West.
The mindset down here is like, we were getting ready to have a fantasy football draft yesterday. Everybody was like, y'all want to go meet at Tootsie's? That's a strip club.
Yeah, I know.
And it was like, what's the big deal?
But that's what West got me though. And we told the story before. Akil. I was living in Orlando. And Wes called me up and said, "Hey man, I got a restaurant. Why don't you come down to Miami and try it out, man?" And because he knows I was going back and forth from Orlando to Miami because I was out. And I said, "Well, next time I come down to Miami, I'll come to the spot." So he called me up and said, "Hey man, where you at?" I said, I'm at the hotel. He said, "Place called Diamonds, got good food, blah blah blah." All right, come on. So I get to the place. He said, he said, "I'll be in there. Just tell him." Bring me to the front. All right, goes. I go up in there. I look around and I was like, "Oh, I thought, is Wes here?" And he said, "Wes, yeah." He said, "He's coming up." I said, "Wes, I thought this was." He said, "It is a restaurant." He said, "And the steak is good." Hammy full of ones, and I was like, "Oh,
yeah." And I used to go there to get my hair cut.
They had a barber in there, and
a barber in there, and a basketball court, and a basketball court. I'd go up there, be late at night, and like, man, I got an event tomorrow. I gotta go get my hair cut. Boom, going straight to Diamonds. Go get my hair cut.
Nice.
Yeah.
All purpose, one-stop shop.
Yeah.
Nice, man.
See where you took us, Akil. See where you took us, man.
Hey, man. We talking about parties, man. You up a host, man. One of the goats, too, baby.
This is what we do. We bring on people that y'all. When people watch the show, they're like, "Yeah, y'all do know these folks." Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We do.
But and all of that kind of like, just follow down to Jamaica and continue to do the Jamaica jump off for 11 years. So that was a lot of fun. The birthday bash.
That was early, like festival time. All these like getaway joints, man. Y'all was early with that.
Yeah. I think
from the Jamaica jump off that I met there that we still just good friends.
To this day, it was a lot of like-minded people. So when you get a bunch of like-minded people, then most of the people I'd say from the first year on were people that I met in a party atmosphere.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So you get all the people as a host of a club that I meet. I never forget when I first met Leanne and Teresa. They were dancing on the dance floor, and I went down there and started dancing with them. and we've been friends ever since. Just people that I meet, and then you bring all those people into one spot.
Yeah.
It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
it's gonna be crazy. Especially when you have good DJs like DJ Quicksilver and Super Scotty and artists like, you know, Raheem Devaughn and comedians like TK Kirkland. You see what he's killing it, man. TK, that's my dog. He came. Rest in peace to William Bell. Will, the real one. He came one year. He passed away a few years ago. Ingrid's on here, so she knows exactly who I'm referring to and remembers when he was murdered. So yeah, just Sean Bay Mitchell came through. Deuce Staley. I'm thinking about people that I don't. I'm thinking about the people that I don't normally, shout out. That I'm just thinking. Everybody basically knows that Lisa Ray and I, very good friends. So, Thomas Mitchell, Thomas Jones. What am I saying? Thomas Mitchell, Thomas Jones, Sean Bay Mitchell. Yeah. So a lot of people. So 11 years. That's a long time.
Yeah, that is.
That's a good run. So. Man, Akil, man, I thank you for taking the time.
We're chopping it up with y'all.
J Tech.
This was fun.
Oh, J Tech is on. J Tech.
What's good, Tech?
Hey, Jay, let me help you with your fantasy football team, man. You need some help setting that joint up. Don't let the commissioner get there because he's going to try to get something from you. Because he's going to tell you the same thing about me.
Tech.
Hey, Eric, he needs some help. He needs help.
I told him
how to arrange everything. He don't know how to arrange it yet.
I told him I help him. He walks by my desk every day.
Yeah, so you just need to put the players in the right positions.
My desk every day. He should be able to.
Yeah, I forgot y'all are in the same building now.
The same building, man.
Yeah, that's right. He's been on quite a journey. Quite a journey, Jay. Quite a journey.
Oh yeah. If Tech watching, he could come to my desk. Y'all did what? Yeah. We've been doing this a minute now. So yeah, man, Akil, once again, bro, I truly appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time, man. I'm glad that we could continuously move this friendship along this thing called life.
Yeah.
No matter how many years we hadn't had an opportunity to talk face to face, but we get a chance to connect when we can. And it's just like back in the day, bro. I appreciate it.
It's good to see you. It's good to see you, Akil. For real, man. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Man.
And I'm glad y'all thought of me, man, and reached out. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no, man. We got a lot of people that we still got to get on. We hadn't even scratched the surface, man.
Yeah, man. Just getting started.
We got to get Mo on. We got to get the Lots on. I'm trying to get Mo and her mom on. And then
Cannon.
I got to get Linda Penn on. Myra.
Oh wow,
I got to get the OGs of the business.
OGs, yeah, the OGs.
The OGs are the OGs. I look at Linda's page. I'm like, she's there with Michael. There with Luther, there with Sade. I'm like, yeah, we got to get you on and talk about all of that.
But before you go, Akil, what made that era of promoting the music so special and different from the way, I think I know the answer to it, but I just want you to articulate how different it is. We know that back then it was about relationships. You know what I mean? Open door policies we had, you came into the building to see me or to see Eric in Richmond, me in Baltimore, or when I was at what makes it so different today than when it was back then?
The time, man, because now we're so far removed, man. We don't have to have people skills now. One of the I guess I'm down.
Say that again, Akil. We don't have to have people skills.
Yeah, you don't have to have people skills now, because now, dude, you don't have to be a musician. You can go buy Fruity Loops from, you can buy Fruity Loops or what happened from Best Buy.
Right.
You can literally sit in the basement with your man, recording, uploading. Sooner or later, 3 years pass, you upload to take off a million, views.
Right.
Now you might go into a city. Now you got labels calling. You might get in a situation, and then 3 months later, you on a roll with me going through the Mid-Atlantic.
Right.
And for the past 3 years, you've done nothing but sit and talk to your man. You don't know how to go to a club, introduce yourself to a DJ, try and find a tactful way that you can maybe exchange information, or a tactful way where at least he can be receptive to you soliciting him with your music. Right. You don't have to have that. So the thing is, man, like our interpersonal skills have suffered because, now, fortunately, we have a relationship, but y'all are what? You in the A, you in Miami, and we're here. You
right.
That's where it is. Back when we were first doing this, in order for this time, I had to come see you, E.
True.
True. I'm talking to you. You know what I'm saying? I had to come see you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
So that's the difference. We got to see, smell, and feel it. They're watching it. You know what I'm saying? Like being around Aaliyah is one thing. Being around is one thing. But seeing on Instagram, that's why we see them. We know what they wore. We know their kids. You know what I'm saying? We know the lad when they broke up, who they was on a date with. That's why we go to the show. We think we can throw water on them and think they owe us something. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's what it is, man. We've been far removed from having interpersonal skills, and we lack humanity because of it. You know what I'm saying?
That part about that humanity.
Yeah, it's
that comes back to answering that question about people acting out in the crowds to a certain extent. You kind of answered that question.
They think they know you.
We don't have the empathy. We don't have the people skills. And then when we get someplace, we don't know how to act because we haven't been taught or raised. Who raised you? Yeah. TK Kirkland and I. Who raised you? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that kind of answered that. That kind of answers that question.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is, man. That's the downside, man. We don't know, I used to, I'm going to Virginia Beach. What's up, Tack? We going, we getting the meal. We going to what's the club at the hotel where Tack used to get on the look. That motherfucking DJ. I was like, I'm going down there on Thursday, so we go there where the hotel was. That part, that's what had to happen.
Hey, Tack, you got tears in your eyes, Tack, and Eric just messed me up showing that picture of KJ, and I was kind of speechless during that segment. Yeah, and I don't even think I had a chance to tell Heart Attack why I didn't make it to the funeral. Actually, when I heard about it, I can't even remember who called me, but I called Stan Verrett. Stan Verrett worked with us at 103 Jams Wowie, and Stan Verrett is now an anchor on ESPN out in LA. So we all worked together with KJ. And when I heard he passed, I immediately called Stan. I'm down here in Miami. I'm like, yo, so this is about, I guess, 9 years ago. So I'm like, yo, KJ passed, man. We gotta go. We gotta be there. I ain't been there in so many years. I gotta go to be there for KJ. And then my daughter was born. So the week of KJ's funeral, my daughter was just born. And I couldn't leave the wife to come to the funeral because she was going through what women go through during those times. You see what I'm saying? So I don't think I have ever had a chance to share with anyone down in Norfolk why I didn't show up for KJ's funeral. When Eric showed that picture, I knew Heart Attack was on. So I just felt it was the appropriate time to share that with him. And I just had, I had to make that choice. But I wanted to be there. And I hollered at Crumley today. A storm was going through South Carolina and Heart Attack. I texted him. I was like, you good? He said, yeah, I'm good. I said, well, you know what day it is? You know what we got to do? It's Game 7. You know what we do on Game 7? We go in. We go hard because it's that type of day. A storm's coming through. That means people are at home. People are out of their regular routines. That's when you rip it down on the radio. So he was so appreciative that I remembered what he used to teach us. So that's what, it's Game 7. When a hurricane coming through or of a special occasion, Crumley would teach us it's Game 7. It's Game 7. Show your ass on the radio. That's right. Yeah, man. So
man, like I said, man, I appreciate it. And this just we're gonna bring you back because we got. Hey, first of all, when the book coming out? Because I know you got one. I know you gonna write one.
A book, dude. See, with me, if I put out a book and if I really tell everything about my life, it'd be crazy. Because
that's why you tell it. Because it's crazy.
You running for public office?
If not, why not?
Put it out there. Put it out there.
And check it out. And in today's time,
not after y'all just talked about Miami Valley, ain't none of us running there.
I mean,
y'all messed it up for all of us.
I mean, hey, man, I'm grown, man. Look here.
But man, well, you know what? Hell, Trump ran.
Regular party.
I got saved and I rededicated my life to Christ after all of that.
Hey, you know? I go to regular party. I'm like, yo, how I get here? Niggas got clothes on? It's 12:30. They got clothes on. I'm going home.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, look, Trump said he can grab him by the piece, so he was the president, so I guess we can do pretty much anything.
So, Kid, why didn't you come to the Jamaica jump off, dog? That's how it was going down, man. At least the first 5 years.
Man,
that's how it was going down.
Hito? No.
Was
it Hito vibes?
It was Hito.
For the first 5 years. I had what was Lisa Ray's name in the Players Club? So I had the Diamond. I had Diamond and Adina. Come on, the freak like me and Diamond.
Yeah, I remember them.
Come on now.
Flyers. I remember them flyers. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, man.
Dina Howard.
So, yeah, we got it in. That's some of the sex symbols of the 90s.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
I remember, man. But yeah, man, I want to, thank you for reaching out, E. And, Lorenzo's my guy. But yeah, man, thanks for reaching out, man. I appreciate this, man.
How can folks find you on social media, brother?
At Conscious Crusade. Hey, okay, yeah, my phone, my bad. My handle is at Conscious. All of them.
Say it again. Okay, you broke up.
SCIOUS. Crusade.
Okay.
Yeah.
How can they find you, Lo?
Man, they can find me on Star 94.5, Orlando's only R&B, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Hot 105 each and every Saturday night from 6 p.m. I'm hearing the echo. 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. And also you can follow me on Twitter at Lorenzo Thomas and on IG at Lorenzo Ice-T. That's Lorenzo ICETEA. And Eric, you let them know where they can find you, man.
At Convo with a DJ. on all social media platforms. You can also catch me on 100 Hip Hop and R&B FM, digital radio station.
Yeah.
The Nation. You can also catch me on the Soul Lounge Cafe. It's Neo Soul and the touch of hip hop. I'm gonna need some records for that station too, bro.
Well, let's make sure you get that dish list, baby. Let's make sure.
Yeah, I'll be on the list. Hey, I'm gonna put you in the green room.
Let's go, Dolphins. Big shout going out to Stephen D and Soli D.
Oh, man, we ain't done that.
Okay, all right.
In the green room, dude.
All right. Sorry. I just wanted, we're on their channel too, so I wanted to shout them out before we go.
We ain't going nowhere yet.
All right, gang.
Hold on, man. Just don't go nowhere.
I'm holding.
I'm right here.
All right. Lo, now throw out your shout outs.
I did them.
Okay.
That was it. I got him in. We're
done.
Well,
what's good,
Solo
man?
D, Stephen Daniels. Check him out in the morning. Clock Blockers. Yeah, I think that's what the name of the show is. I'm sorry, Stephen D. Clock Blockers in the morning. Talks that Miami Dolphin talk. And we what we doing this year. We doing some damage. So check him out. Big shout going out to Solo D. That's my dog.
Absolutely, guys.
Yes.
Thank you guys for having us on the platform. Make sure you check us out next week. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to bring one of our good friends on from the industry. We're going to talk shop about, the times in the industry and how they shape some of the biggest artists that are actually out here today. Once again, Lo, it's always a beautiful thing to do this with a brother from another mother. We've been down like 4 flat tires for a long time.
That's right. Love you, man.
Love you too. So we'll catch you guys next week. Like I said, thank you for the Miami Sports Network. And we out of here.